Welcome back to my big smiles because Chika Mbonu is here. But Aliko Dangote, as we know, is in New York for the United Nations General Assembly. But he did grant an interview where he spoke about fuel subsidies and how they need to go. Here is that clip for you now.
Well, the government, subsidy is a very sensitive issue. If, I believe the problem is not only the subsidy, it is problem that, once you are subsidizing something, then people will be blotting the numbers and government will end up paying what they are not supposed to be paying. But this our refinery will bring quite a lot of issues out there. It will show the real consumption of Nigeria because, nobody can tell you. Some people say 60 million liters of gasoline per day. Some say no, it's less. But right now, if you look at it, by us producing, everything can be counted. So everything can be accounted for. And most of the trucks or ships that will come and load from us, we are going to actually, put a tracker on them to be sure they are going to take the oil within Nigeria. And that, I think, can help the government to save quite a lot of money.
So do you think it's the right time to get rid of the subsidies?
I think it is, because all countries have actually gotten rid of subsidies. Let me give you an example. Saudi Arabia used to give what Saudis, the citizens, believe that, look, oil is our own God-given gift. So the government shouldn't charge us for it. So government were selling it at a very low price. But today, as we speak, gasoline is about 40% cheaper in Nigeria than in Saudi Arabia, which I think it doesn't make sense. That is one. Number two, our price of gasoline is about 60% of the price of our neighboring countries. And we have very porous borders. So it is not sustainable. The amount of subsidies that we're paying, government cannot afford those subsidies.
All right, the never-ending subsidy conversation. All right, it's also D-Day for the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria. We will get that decision on the monetary policy rates. Is it a hike? Is it a hold? Is it a cut? Inflation, of course, 32.15%. That's also high, but it has been coming down. So we'll find out what it is. Maybe Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu can look into his crystal ball and tell us what we can expect later today. Chika, good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Predict. You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thanks for joining us. Where would you like to begin?
Let's talk about the Dangote.
Yes, the never-ending fuel subsidy discussion.
But I mean, I recommend this 26 minutes interview to Bloomberg, and I recommend it as a case study to so many young entrepreneurs, to literally everybody.
Yeah.
Because without even coming down to the details, other details, there are a couple of things very revealing about him and the project as he spoke. And he helped to clear a lot of conspiracy theories in the Nigerian system. They had us to Nigerians find it difficult to talk about things.
Yeah.
The first thing you can see is gray hair.
He has aged.
He has aged, and he said it himself that this project gave him, gray hairs. He didn't have it before the project started, and that. The other thing I could take away from the interview is, I don't know, do you see how articulate he sounded?
Of course. Yeah.
Every little detail about the project he knows.
Yeah. He's involved.
He's involved.
It's his baby.
Yeah, every little thing, to the nearest centimeter, to the nearest kilogram, to the nearest everything. He's so detailed about everything. Yeah. And he speaks so much about the fact that, I think it's Warren Buffett said it also, that he doesn't invest in businesses he doesn't understand.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things that leads to so many collapse of many businesses in Nigeria. People just drop the money and let other people run the projects, and then you find the projects collapse. But this one, he took it, he understands every little detail about the project. The big thing about subsidy, we talked about subsidy in the program several times.
So many times.
And NNPC is still battling with the government, doing their, instead of just coming out and say, we have removed subsidy. Yeah. Every day they're doing calculations,
under recovery.
They're doing calculations every day, telling you, Kaduna, this 950, Kano, this one. They just get tired. But you see, I have a couple of friends outside Lagos, some in Uyo, some in the east. At the time, Uyo people told me that there's no fuel scarcity there. When there was, people were fighting and sleeping in the police station here. Because people were buying fuel at 1,400 naira per liter.
1,400.
In the east, a lot of places. In the east, a lot of places, they've been buying it for a long time at 1,200. And there's no scarcity. People just, it's there available. It's when you be in the cosmopolitan Lagos or maybe Abuja. That's where you start struggling for the 800 naira or 600 naira fuel. And all of you go and sleep in filling station. So it speaks about what I thought I said earlier. That whenever the citizens, as far as the citizens continue to expect cheap fuel, you're going to sleep. There will be queues. There will be queues. You're going to sleep in filling stations.
Exactly.
Let the markets run. Let the markets run. Sadly, unfortunately, I wish that the Port Harcourt refinery, has come on stream to boost supply, to support the Dangote refinery. And then we can let the market run. You will see after a time this becomes a proper business. And the prices will start sliding. And there are other things that will come added on to that. The interview also speaks about other things there, about the issues they had at the beginning. It speaks about the role of governors of states to provide an enabling environment to attract investments to their states. You could see, they say they lost almost about 5 years from beginning. After borrowing $2.4 billion, with a particular state dribbling them for about 3.5 years. We'll know the story behind that. And the fact that they did this project by themselves. And the other thing that is interesting about his plant is the fact that we're still scratching the surface. A lot of the components we're still importing now, propylene and other additives, are actually going to be outputs from this factory, from this refinery. And so as the days go by, a lot of things are going to go, and Nigeria becomes indeed Africa. Because he has said is that only Libya and Algeria are actually self-sufficient in gasoline in Africa. Other will import. So this is a milestone generational project for Nigeria. And everybody, thank God the president, as I know, has supported this project. And I'm sure that sooner than later, we shall reap all the benefits of that. And one of the things that came out from this also is the issue of the fuel subsidy thing I thought about earlier. Is what's the basis benchmark for fuel subsidy? What are we subsidizing?
Right.
You will notice that he said that this project will help us because as the trucks are leaving the refinery, they're going to be tagged. And the ships are leaving the coast, they're going to be tagged. So you can't be paying and buying what you will not use. So the federal government of Nigeria will be able to at least know exactly what's our consumption. Instead of this ballooned, bloated 60 million liters a day, and half of it goes to the other countries in West Africa.
Chika Mbonu, we got to wrap up. Can you give a quick prediction on
MPC? Each time MPC goes, they either have to increase the monetary policy rate. When they increase it, it drives up the money in the system, which is called a contraction. Or they leave it the same thing. Or they reduce it, which releases more money to the system. I think since they've been fighting inflation, I don't think they're going to reduce it. I don't think they're going to just release this thing. At best, where we are, because inflation is still tapering, is maybe
a hold. I'm with you.
And I wouldn't be so surprised if they
hike again.
just to smother the remaining inflation and the little impact of the fuel increase. Just to make sure that everything is cool and...
We'll see what happens at 2 p.m. this afternoon. Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu. Thanks for your time.